Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for our championship review and reaction for round two. Two down and a 3-game week this week. So we will be up to 4 games played by this time next week. Things start to move very, very quickly, and we have a thoroughly interesting championship table because nobody has won their first 2 games. Plenty, I think 10 teams on 2 points per game, which is all well and good after 2 games. And we all know if you can do it after 46 games, you will be promoted on the basis of the last 10 years worth of evidence. So all up for grabs. We're starting to learn. The transfer window rolls on, and we have another game, more evidence, double the evidence of all 24 of our championship teams. Let me know you can see me, hear me loudly and clearly. As ever, we will go through each of our 12 games in the championship this past weekend. They were all on Saturday due to the Premier League starting on Friday, so no TV game there. And also the fact we're playing Tuesday, Wednesday. Now, nobody scheduled on Sunday. The TV companies not quite so keen to fill every second of the day now, hopefully, with everything returning to normal. Get your comments in as we go on each and every one of these games. We'll try and focus the discussion on the game we're talking about. We can do a little bit of Q&A if there's time at the end, although we do normally go quite long on these shows. So we'll see if there is. Russ has rewritten his fan sponsor thing. Was a foe and now a friend, currently on loan to the Premier League for a year. He's S-housing himself, for goodness sake. But thank you to Russ, who's our fan sponsor for the championship review shows. Shall we get into this then and have a look at this peculiar looking league table with literally 10 teams tied on 4 points there. Unbelievable stuff. You can see the results ticking along the bottom. We're going to work from the top downwards, and by virtue of scoring a hatful of goals in this game up at Huddersfield, our new leaders, read into it what you will after 2 games, are Fulham on goal difference in the collection of teams on 10 points. So let me know your thoughts on this one, which finished Huddersfield 1, Fulham 5. A gigantic away win for Fulham, featuring a comical opening goal and a red card, as you can see there, for Harry Wilson, who won't be about for this 3-game week or the remainder of it now coming up. There are your teams. We'll go with Fulham first. Gazaniga in goal, Teti, Adrabio, Ream, Robinson. Onima is joined by Jean-Michel Seri there. We didn't expect to see him starting, but there you go. Wilson, Carvalho, Bobby Reid gets a start. Mitrovic is the number 9. In goal for Huddersfield, Schofield. The back 3 is Pearson, Sarr, Coyle, Turton and Thomas are the wing-backs. Vallejo, Hogg, Holmes in central midfield. Josh Karoma and Danny Ward up top. Get your comments in on this one. Let's have a look at the goals. And I know I get accused of hyperbole a lot, but you cannot overplay how ridiculous this first goal is. That's the end of it. So that is Alex Mitrovic falling over. You can't see the ball. It's just hit him there. So what happens is the ball's played down the channel. Schofield, the keeper, tries to keep it in because he doesn't want to concede a corner. That would have been better than conceding a goal, wouldn't it? He chests it down. Mitrovic runs over to close him down, falls over. As Mitrovic is falling over, Schofield horribly clears the ball because he's all off balance. The ball then hits Mitrovic in the weirdest way possible. You think the chances of this flying in the net are so slim, and the ball flies in the net. So Mitrovic is away amongst the goals in probably the weirdest fashion you could possibly imagine. 1-0 Fulham. It goes 2-0. Poor this one from the set play. Flick on near post. Onima arriving, stooping header far post. 2-0 there. Another set play goal here. Lots of people are going to be wondering how to get by Fulham this season. Well, Huddersfield did them from a set play there with Pearson heading that one in. But Fabio Carvalho, highly rated youngster, he is. Nice work from, I think it was Bobby Reed, was it, to set him up. And it's 3-1, strokes that in that huge gap to the keeper's left. So 3-1 at half-time. It's going to get even stranger in the second half. Look on the far side. Don't look at the ball. Look slightly behind it. You can see Harry Wilson, who's going to do a sort of David Beckham-esque, Diego Simeone type kick out here. And right in front of the linesman is going to get himself red carded. I assume that hasn't been appealed and won't be in any way overturned. So I guess that's a 3-match ban for 12 million quid, Harry Wilson. None too clever there. But the game doesn't now swing back in Huddersfield's favour. Fulham get another 2 goals. On comes Ivan Cavallero. Nice little dink over Schofield, who is going to want to just erase this day from his diary, isn't it? And nice finish there, left-footed. Should we get a block on that one? Still manages to find the corner. 5-1 to the 10 men in the end. Let's do a quick look at the numbers and then we'll get to your comments on that one. 56-44 on the possession, 15-9 shots, 11 shots on target for Fulham, 11-2. Ouch. 7 corners to 5. Look at the big chance count. 5 big chances to 0. Huddersfield open for business and open at the back. You can see Fulham there, top of the league. Huddersfield have 1 point. Obviously, they drew against Darby, but 6 goals against. And look at the goals for and against, actually. We've had a heavy scoring first 2 rounds. 6 goals against is not the one. Let's have a look at some of your comments on this one. Goodness me, there's a gigantic super chat in there. Thank you, David. That's too kind. For Enid's Music Fund. Bless her. You know her name now, David. That's so kind. Thank you. Thank you so much. Russ isn't wrong. Never a truer word spoken by Russ. Connor, Terriers could be in for a rough season. Not much evidence for me to disagree with you there, Connor. Annie, who we have to wish Harry happy birthday to. Happy birthday, Annie, a great supporter of the channel. Fulham, too much quality, took advantage of how Huddersfield like to play. Agree with that. Noah O'Brien for Huddersfield. Again, I think a few still isolating from COVID. Again, stupid red card, says Finn. Apart from that, great performance by Fulham. Shows the Premier League quality. Agreed. Guys, don't worry about the sofa score ratings. Please don't worry about them. They're created by an algorithm. So please don't worry. They can't be harsh. It's an algorithm. So don't worry about them at all. Anybody else in there, Fulham to yo-yo for the next couple of years? Well, they are top already. What do I think about Fulham having Seri in the lineup? I'm surprised, very, very surprised, I have to say. I thought he and Grisa both would be out by now. Speaking of out by now, Chris says if Huddersfield lose against Preston, Corberon is gone. Interesting. Well, keep your eyes on that one, and we will avert our gaze. Where are we going next? We're going to Hull 0, QPR 3. Get your thoughts in on this one in the comments. Hull 0, QPR 3. We were rightly vaunting Hull last week for a brilliant open, a 4-1 away win for Hull on opening day. QPR drew with Millwall, and they also go on to 4 points with a pretty hefty win up at Hull. Let's have a look at the teams. Get your comments in on this one, please, guys. Hull 0, QPR 3. Ingram in goal for Hull. Coyle, Jones, Greaves and Elder across the back. Doherty, Smallwood is the double pivot. Longman, no Wilkes. Moncur, Lewis Potter and McGuinness up top for the Tigers. For QPR, Dieng, Barbe, DeVries, Dickey. Oh, everyone loves Dickey at the moment, don't they? Wallace and Odebajo, the wing-backs. Ball, Johansson. Chair returns at number 10. Dykes and Willock up top. No Austin. 3 goals, though. That will do you, QPR fans. Get your comments in on this one. Where do I need to go to on the screen? There we go. Chris Willock with the opening goal there for Rangers. Going to drill that in right-footed in the gap down to the keeper's right-hand side. Here comes number 2. And go and watch this one back. This is a brilliant goal by QPR. Really clever set play because Dykes actually starts all the way on the back post. And of course, he's got a big clug in centre half with him. And he makes a really big run out to, well over sort of 15 yards out. They play the corner short. He ends up unmarked. It's a really good goal. Everyone talks about marginal gains, set plays. Great to see one working. A little bit of a tickle on the shot into the corner. But nice, good imaginative goal by QPR. In goes George Moncur. Serious foul play. Referee right on top of that. Red card, and QPR finish this one off 3-0. And the man of the moment, Dickey, managing to tap that one home from a Lee Wallace assist. 3-0. QPR onto 4 points. There you go. Get your comments in on this one. 55-45. Look at the on-target shots. 8-4. 2 big chances apiece. So on another day, maybe Hull scoring this one. We always say stats don't take into account architecture and flow of a game, do they? So maybe those people at the game would kind of argue it. But look, a 3-0 win is a 3-0 win, isn't it? Let's have a look at the table. Keep comments coming. We'll read them in a sec. QPR tucked in second, 4 goals on the charts there. Hull, middle of the table, 3 points. As ever, not wanting to patronise Hull, just keep your eye on the point per game number and who's going to be above that line and who's going to be below that line when we get to game 10 and then game 20. It's good to be over it, even after 2 games, is all I would say. Early on. Right, loads of comments on this one. Lee, Chair and Willock make each other play so much better. Link up together better than Eze and Bright Samuel. Also, Dickey plays for England in 2 years' time. He's had a great start to the season, and I can't argue with that. QPR too dominant, carried a threat and were fantastic. Dickey has scored more than Birmingham this season. Stop it. Alistair, Rob Dickey giving me nightmares. Obviously, yeah, out from Reading down into Oxford. Taking points to the clean sheet at Hull without Hull playing that badly. I love it when a cheeky set play works. More than cheeky, it was a damn clever one, wasn't it? Connor Hull, unlucky not to score. Great defensive performance. Professional away performance, bit of everything. Says Simon. The other George, inconsistent will be a theme for Hull this season. I think you're right, George. I think they will be up and down. I do think the team selection will be consistent, though, and I think that will be a positive for Hull. I don't think the team will change too much. Chris, Chair makes a huge difference. Can they hold on to their Dickey? He's playing too well too early in the season, isn't he? Quite the climb for Rob Dickey. Lee, still owe Fulham a favour because there aren't many midfielders that control a game on their own, like Steph Johansson. Yeah, 5th or 6th. We're talking about Angrisa and Seri and Reed and Onima and Kearney over at Fulham. Haves and have nots as well. Wilson, Honeyman still out. McGuinness went off injured. Dickey, an early contender as player of the season. He certainly is, isn't he, James? Simon adds, Hull won't be in trouble come May. I think you might be right, Simon, although I think I did happen to go down, didn't I? But hey, who listens to my predictions anyway? Right, let's move on. And we are going next to Blackpool 0, Cardiff 2. Get your thoughts in on this one. Blackpool 0, Cardiff City 2. An away win that we did predict in the preview show, didn't we, for Mick McCarthy and Cardiff. Clean sheet, long throw in, cross into the box, couple of goals, and classic Mick up there on 4 points. Good start for Cardiff, you would say. Get your comments in on this one. Blackpool 0, Cardiff 2. Blackpool a draw on opening day. Defeat here at home. 1 point on the board. There's your Cardiff team. Phillips. Morrison returns to terrorise defences. He's going to get an assist straight away as well from those set plays. Flint starts. Nelson in there as well. So that perhaps inexperienced look to the defence last week. No, not no more. Not no more, as they would say in Suffolk. Bagan and NG are the wing-backs. Pack and Rule central. Giles and Bakuna wide. James Collins up top. Ahead of Kiefer Moore. But Kiefer Moore is going to come on in this game. And Kiefer Moore is going to do what Kiefer Moore does and score a goal. First of all, though, there's a set play. I think you can see Marlon Pack has hurled that in from the right-hand side. Look on the near post. The ball's come from right to left. And you see Sean Morrison flicked it on. And I think is that Tyrese John Jules has let Bakuna go on the back post. He heads it in. Set plays, guys. Set plays. They'll still kill you, won't they? 1-0 Cardiff. And nice cross in to the back post there. Was that Giles putting that across possibly? Anyway, Kiefer Moore off the bench, of course. He flights the header in past Chris Maxwell. Blackpool 0, Cardiff 2. Get your comments in on that one. There are your numbers. It's tremendous, isn't it? 37% possession for Mick. 8 shots on target, though. 4 big chances to 0. Bit of a quick learning lesson. Not wanting to patronise Blackpool, but remember where they've come from, which is League One. And Cardiff have obviously been in the Premier League very recently. They have a pragmatic manager and they have the win. So Cardiff up in third. Great start for them. Undefeated, 2 points per game. Blackpool 1 point from the first 2. And it was, remember, a late equaliser against Bristol City that got them that point. Let's have a look at what you guys are saying. John, based off last season, it's going to be whether Blackpool could score enough goals. Yeah, I agree with that, actually. Sims and Yates need to get going. And neither, Lavery scored, didn't he? But neither of them on the score sheet there. Harry, Cardiff could have smashed them 4 or 5. Bit of a wake-up call for Blackpool. Yeah, I agree, Harry, with that as well. We don't want to patronise Blackpool, but sometimes there's an acclimatisation period as well. Ryan, Giles and Keith Moore are going to be deadly. Unfortunately, I'm a Swans fan. Right. The crossing from the left and big Kiefer on the end of it. Jack, Ryan Giles is a certified baller. Best crossing I've seen since Wits. High praise indeed to the great, the late great, sadly, Peter Whittingham. Struggling for quality there, says Alistair. Yates is the only real outlet for Blackpool for goal scoring. Finn agrees on the reality check. Yeah, kind of the throw-ins. Moore needs to start now. I reckon Coyle won't be happy about it. Yeah, and if Mick likes his one up top in the 4-3-3, then he ain't going to play 2 at all, is he? Ryan, wrong lineup. Should have started Bowler and Lavery after Wednesday night's performance. Hamilton not suited for this league, but 2 games. I'm not worried. Hey, congratulations. Thank you. Ryan, expect Blackpool to strengthen Cardiff, a much stronger team out than versus Barnes, especially in that back 3. Chris, I agree. Lewis, I know they got a point against us, Bristol City, but Blackpool looked very dodgy about the back conceding a lot this season. And they've got to stack up. There's going to be a lot of people who are going to toss long throw-ins and set plays all season at them. And, you know, you do have to stand up and be counted. But look, good luck to Blackpool, and it's only 2 games in. Well done, Cardiff. We are going to move on, and I would love your comments on West Brom 3, Luton 2. Get your comments in on this one. First wing for Big Val. They also, I'm going to be saying this a lot, move on to 4 points. Our nice concoction, collection, plethora, whatever you want to call them, crowd of teams on 10 points. So get your comments in. West Brom 3, Luton 2. We suspect it will be 3-4-3 all season for West Brom. We don't expect it'll be Sam Johnstone all season. He makes a start. Keep your eyes on that one. Keep your eyes on Freddie Woodman as well. If there is a big goalkeeper soul, Johnston, Ramsdale, etc., whether that's where they will turn. Johnston in goal. O'Shea, Bartley, Clark starts. This one he didn't start in the first game down at Bournemouth. Townsend, Furlong, wing-backs, Moat, Livermore Central. And I say it every time I see it, I like that front three. Dean Garner, Robinson, Grant. I'm sure you can, but name your team that wouldn't swap, who wanted to play three up top. For that lot, for Luton, Sluga in goal, Bree, Osho, Naismith and Bell. Clark, Campbell, Mpanzu, Onyedinma, Adebayo and Cornick. Look, I'm sure it will get mentioned very, very quickly. Obviously, horrible collision between Sam Johnston and Jordan Clark. We won't get into blames and whys and wherefores, but I think we can all agree that the wording endangering an opponent comes up in the laws of football. And I think there does need to be a little bit of thought goes into these type of collisions and goalkeepers, what we can do and what we can't do and what we can say and what we can rule against in terms of the Schumacher-Battiston type thing, because we don't want to see players going in and everyone just says, oh, well, that's how keepers come out. But we do have the words endangering opponents. And again, I'm not piling in on Sam Johnston or because he looked horrified. But I think it's a discussion that needs to be sensibly had when emotions are calmed down. For sure, I had a good email from Martin on Patreon about that one. So, yeah, he raises a perfectly fair and reasonable point in terms of keeping these guys healthy on the pitch. Another long throw-in, ladies and gentlemen, and it was literally hurled straight in. And Cal Naismith, there's 4 Luton players in there as well, just mistimes his jump, heads it towards his own goal and into his own net for the opener. And again, it's a set play to the back post. And who's that jumping on the back post? I can't tell there. It's a bit of a blurry Luton player. But Callum Robinson nicks in 2-0. A couple of set plays and Luton up against it. Nice turn and finish there from Carl and Grant, who we expect to put up a decent total of goals if he can stay fit and stay on the pitch for the Baggies. 3-0. Now, remember what I said? There was that horrible collision and, worries about concussion and getting Jordan Clark off. So we've got 16 minutes of stoppage time in this one. It's Harry Cornick that gets one back. I think there's a horrible mistake in the first instance. I can see Jake Livermore with his arms outstretched for Cornick to then tap in. And who's that sticking it in? Mpanzu on 98 minutes. Remember, there were still 7-8 minutes to play at that point, but it does end 3-2. West Brom get the win. Luton can't make the comeback. Let me know your thoughts on that one. There are the numbers. Look at the big chance count as well. Luton creating 3 big chances and only conceding 2, losing the game the other way round 3-2. So maybe if you take set plays out of the equation, if you take game state and the order the goals went in, this one might have been a bit closer. You can never tell how much a team eases up at 3-0 up. There's no stat for that, is there? But certainly Luton created some chances, but they also conceded some chances. Conceded 18 shots, 6 on target as well. Take a look at the table. West Brom, another of our 4-pointers. Luton on 3 points there in 11th spot. Let's get your comments in on this one and see what we are saying. James, Luton missing first choice centre-backs. Yes, Naismith and Osho. I do agree with that. Encouraging they scored 2, seem more of an attacking team. Season won't be defined by a result away at West Brom. Well said. Good point. Best of luck to Jordan Clark. Yeah, absolutely. Don't like to see those type of things. James echoing that point that the other James was making. In fact, Osho is decent. Naismith is not. No, and that's not Naismith's fault. He's a left winger, left back for Wigan, and covering there at centre back. Will, West Brom looks strong. Luton do look good. Again, yeah, hope Jordan Clark is all right. Of course, Ben, West Brom could concede quite a few this season. Well, Barnsley were brave, weren't they? There will be a game where West Brom get hammered, where someone figures out the press and plays over the top of it. Remember that ridiculous Aston Villa-Liverpool game where they just got it all wrong and it was 7-2, wasn't it? So we will see. Luton's centre-back issue didn't help. Bradley or Burke could have helped after Luton subs and switched to 5 at the back. Got a good foothold. Jerome promising. Cameo, very promising. West Brom looked clinical up front, but loose at the back. 4 goals in the last 2 games. No tougher match than West Brom away. The Throssels must tighten up at the back. Never been referred to as that. West Brom look powerful in attack. Defence needs work. Agree with all of you guys on that. Luton should be excited about this season. Absolutely. Right. Let's move us on. And game number 4 is Forest versus Bournemouth. And it was Forest 1, Bournemouth 2. Get your comments in on this one. Apologies. Feels like we're going slow, but loads of goals and incidents in these first games. It does calm down a little bit. Get your comments in. Forest 1, Bournemouth 2 in this one. Let's take a look at the teams and then the goals. Please get your comments in. Forest 1, Bournemouth 2. Want to hear about this one? Forest, Samba in goal. Gabriel Figueiredo returns, a bit more experience, I guess, intended at the back there over Mumbai. So McKenna, I'll say 2-2. I think that's his first start, isn't it? Colback, Yates, Zinkernagel. That looks like a first start for him as well. Johnson, Lolly, plenty of quality in the 3 off the front. There, don't know how much covering those 3 will do between them. Lyle Taylor up top. For Bournemouth, again, keep your eyes on Freddie Woodman and his direction of travels. Mark Travers still starting to go for Bournemouth. Metham, Ibsen, Rossi, Kelly, and Zamira. Did Metham really play right back? Sorry, let me just click on his heat map. Apparently so. Interesting. Didn't have him pegged as a right back. Billing, Kilkenny, Marcondes midfield. Brooks, Solanke, and Anthony up top. Let's take a look at the goals in this one. Really good opener, this one. David Brooks puts the afterburners on to play a 1-2, and they just cannot stay with him. No place to commit a tactical foul there either. And Brooks into the box. Lovely finish and build up there for Bournemouth. 1-0. That's a great header as well. Set play in from the left-hand side. You can see McKenna is going to Terry Butcher that one. Powers it in. And what did we say about Zinkernagel? He's a numbers guy. He'll get loads of goal contributions straight in there with an assist in his, I think it's debut, isn't it? In this one, McKenna heads home. But here, and look, I'm not entirely sure. I know the balls move quickly. And again, I think it was Anthony who slid it in for Billing. Good contribution from him. Not sure how Samba's getting beaten from that angle. I think it goes through him, doesn't it? But Billing, couple of goals. Anthony involved in both of them. Brooks involved. Looks like the Bournemouth attack is... We never saw Knockaert and Cavaliero performing like these guys are already for Fulham. So, I don't know, maybe Bournemouth just looking... Maybe Parker's learned in the couple of years and improved there. So, 2-1. David Brooks, really silly red card here. Just one of those clear pullbacks where you're trying to stop a counter-attack. Do it when you don't have a yellow card, but don't do it 60 minutes into a game when you're on a yellow card. Silly from Brooks, and off he goes. But Bournemouth get the victory. Let's have a look at the numbers and finishing, everybody. 3 shots on target, 2 goals, a couple of bits of quality and quick passing did for Forest. And if you told me this game ended 2-1 and the numbers were like that, I would be expecting it to be switched over in those columns for sure. So, yeah, interesting one there. Didn't expect it to play out like that. No big chances conceded again by Forest. However, they are losing games and they are one of only 2 teams on 0 points. Bournemouth are one of 10 teams on 4 points. Forest down the bottom. Eek, bad start for Forest. Let's have a look and see what you guys are saying in here on this one. John, 5 youth graduates in the first 11, another 6 on the bench. Graben had more Cherries appearances than half of our squad combined. Yeah, John, I remember the picture of the bench in the opening game, and there was some quality missing for Bournemouth. But I like Kilkenny very much. And Jaden Anthony looks like he has a killer ball up his sleeve for sure. 2 in 2 games for him. How's the first team is getting back into Cherry's side? Well, we'll see. Nice problem for Scott Parker. What else are we saying? Welcome along. Yeah, how's the family? Very, very good. My sleep pattern's not great. Connor, long period of the game where Forest had the man advantage, didn't really test Bournemouth. Also think their keeper has been shoddy for a while. Silly red card for Brooksy. Leif Davis came off the bench. Yeah, Leeds fans will be keeping an eye on that one. Bournemouth played well to get the win. Brooks should have never did what he did. No, silly one, wasn't it? If we can beat teams like that, calm down, Harry. No one likes to show off, do they, with our reserves? And what's it going to be like once we sound a couple of half a dozen? Doesn't always improve is all I will say about that. Surprised Samba is still in goal for Forest. Yeah. Looked a bit culpable for a couple of the goals already this season. Parker and Bournemouth are confounding me with half the players out. You and me both, Chris. Yeah, it looked like a difficult start, but hey-ho. Modern game has passed Houghton by. Samba dives to the left, gambling on a cross. He had cover on that cross, though, John, as well. Didn't it just look like he got that one wrong, didn't he? James, poor performance from us. So disappointed we couldn't even score when Bournemouth had 10 for 35 minutes. Chris Houghton not making subs. A win is needed urgently. Agreed. Miss Houghton's pragmatism coming back to bite him now. I suspect he'll still go on a run where they keep a load of clean sheets and score a load of points. But maybe you guys are right. Yeah, maybe it is. It is a bit too long in the tooth for sure. Right, let's move on. This stream's going to be long, isn't it? My bad. We'll try and speed things up. In the meantime, if everybody wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that would be fabulous. Please hit subscribe. We're right close to 18,900 on the subscribers. I think we're like 6 away, so please do get involved. And you can contribute financially via Super Chat as well if you're feeling very, very kind. Right, where are we headed next? Millwall 1, Blackburn 1. Get your comments in on Millwall drawing at home. And Gary Rowett did this last season. He drew about 1,000 games. He's drawn two in a row, 2 for 2 for Millwall. I think I predicted Millwall would win this one. Blackburn without Adam Armstrong in their club for the first time after his sale to Southampton. But they still come away with a point. I'm glancing down at shots on target and I'm wondering quite how, but there we go. Get your comments, especially if you watched this one. Bialkowski in goal for Millwall. Ballard, Wallace, Cooper, Malone, McNamara, wingbacks, Keefton Bell, Saville, Evans across the middle. Wallace and Afobe up top for Blackburn. Kaminsky, Nyambe and Pickering are the full-backs. Ayala, Lenihan, centre-backs. Travis, Rothwell, central midfield. Gallagher, Buckley, Brereton and Dolan down the middle. Looks like Mowbray did that last season, actually. Bigger players Gallagher and Brereton. He kind of wants them coming in from the sides. So there you go. Lovely goal, this one by Millwall. Ballard, huge booming diagonal ball. Malone just sticks it in an area, tries to get it in behind the defence, and he does it perfectly. Wallace arriving to score again for Millwall. Was it 1-1 last week as well? He must have scored all of their goals so far this season. Is that right? It wasn't 2-2, was it? I can't remember. Millwall take the lead there and concede from a set play, and Brereton glances that one in. You can see there on the near post for the equaliser from the cross coming in from Joe Rothwell. 1-1, it ends. Get your comments in on this one. Look at those numbers. They're not going to be pleasing if you're a Millwall fan, because that looks like a home win to me, but they've drawn it 1-1. 15 shots, okay, only 2 on target, but to only concede 1 shot on target and not win the game, having led 2 big chances to 0, would be a disappointing one if you're a Millwall fan. And if you're a Blackburn fan, you're probably saying, cool, got out of there, take a point, move on, start building without Armstrong, spend some of that money that has come in. Blackburn, 4 points from the first 2. Very nice. With a win and a draw. Millwall, 2 for 2 on the draws with Gary Rowett. And we'll see what you say in the comments. But I didn't watch all 90 minutes of it, but from the numbers, it looks like Millwall would be disappointed not to win that one. Thank you very much. Bits, a super sticker there. Tremendous stuff. Thank you. Bits, who indeed is now our sponsor of the dearly departed League One show with Nappers as well. Right. What are we saying in the chat here? Michael, with Guns N' Roses in his picture. You love to see it. Millwall fan here, very positive despite Blackburn nicking a point. Aphobia looks decent alongside Wallace. Just got to create him a few more chances. Sounds sensible. Only 2 shots on target, but big chances, not yet. I haven't heard a baby crying. Why is that? She's downstairs, and I think she's going to be sleeping for about 20 hours a day. Bless her. But yeah, good news. Good old Shaylee. Don't worry. I'll go and look after her for the next hour while Shaylee sleeps after this. For sure. Blackburn look quite strong despite missing Armstrong and Elliott. That's a good point, actually, about Elliott. And good luck to him. Looks like he might get some minutes for Liverpool this season. Millwall should take their chances and won. They're better team than Blackburn. Mowbray came from a point. Good goal from us. Big test against Fulham Tuesday night. Gaza, Blackburn, well drilled and resolute. We weren't saying that last season, were we? Frustrated Millwall. Brereton spent so much time on the floor. I thought it was going to take root. Ref happy to allow contact, maybe too much at corners. Mark, thank you for joining us. We'll see you soon. 2 points lost. Didn't create enough again. Unable to hold on. Had Blackburn to finish top 10, Harry, for Armstrong would say. Weirdly, now I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up fighting relegation. Yeah, let's see how they spend the money now as well. Millwall away is always a good point. Proper Rowett team. Wallace has started the season well. Feels like it's time for him to move. We will see. Ben will be an important point for us coming into the season. Nice to see a team that fights until the end. Lovely stuff. Right. Let's move on and try and keep this moving. I think we might be able to... Oh, no, we're not on to Birmingham and Stoke yet. I can say we do that one quickly. Let's talk Middlesbrough 2, Bristol City 1. Borough 2, Bristol City 1. Get your thoughts in on that one. I'll just say thank you to Russell. Put that towards your daughter's college fund. Thank you very, very much. Way down the line in my thoughts. God, this is going to be expensive, isn't it? Thank you very, very much indeed, Russell. Very, very kind. Thank you for that super chat. Let's grab our teams. Get your comments in, please. Borough 2, Bristol City 1. Borough, move on to 4 points. Bristol City, just the 1 point from the opening 2 games for Nigel Pearson and the Robins, and that's the team he puts out. Bentley Viner, Baker, Atkinson, De Silva, James, King, Vyman, Scott, Palmer, and Martin. Now, I know we have a lot of concerned Bristol City fans. I don't think that team's terrible. I think given time, that team can get points in the Championship. I just think they've got to stop this losing rot now, this mentality. There's Thomas Callas appearing after lots of conjecture, rumours, hyperbole last week. Borough, Lumley in goal, Jake Steele, Hall, Fry, Boller, McNair, Howson, Crooks, Spence, and keep your eye on this one, Isaiah Jones, who looks a tasty player, doesn't he? Ikpeazu is the big guy up top, and the big guy up top is going to open his account for the Borough. Look at him there, forcing that one in on the back post. And it was Isaiah Jones, who's barely played any minutes in the Championship. Must have deflected because he doesn't get the assist on SofaScore, but certainly worked his way down the left for that opener. Can you imagine Neil Warnock's reaction to this goal? Andy King, very straightforward run. The free kick, not a great deal of pace on it, dropped into a nice little area, but can you imagine having that much space? And of course, King just nods the ball into the back of the net for 1-1. You won't get too many free headers like that this season, so take it while it's there. Another set play, lots of them this week. I think it's nodded down by Ikpeazu, who goal and an assist. Warnock will like that contribution after burying Ashley Fletcher and Britta Sombalonga last season. And Matt Crooks has been brought as a player that can arrive on the end of stuff and score goals. There you go. It's almost like Warnock knows what he's doing after 43 years as a manager or whatever the ridiculous number is. There are your numbers. And of course, I think 1% less than McCarthy for the 3 points this season, this week for Warnock. Look at the real important numbers. 3 big chances created, only 1 conceded. And that was that weird set play. So I think Warnock will be very much happy with those first 2 weekends. And they're on 4 points and they're undefeated. Decent start for Borough. Bristol City, I do think this is now a mentality thing, isn't it? I think they need some kind of win, an unbeaten run of 2-3 games. And I think that will get them going. But sometimes things do not get better. They just don't. So fingers crossed for our Bristol City friends. But it's a bad start and 1 point from the first 2 games. Let's see what you guys are saying about this one. Tom always thought Pearson would be the man for the job at City. Starting to think otherwise. Gathering a rebel. Not 1 in 12 now. And yeah, you can start to stretch those stats back into last season. Results have been shocking with current squad. Agreed. Yeah, agreed. Warnock said the crowd not giving up spurred the team on to win. Warnock's loving life at the moment. We're on SofaScore, Chris, for the numbers there. Any disagreement, strongly worded letter to them. As a Borough fan, I have high hopes this season. Not surprised, yeah. Matthew, I don't think Borough will get promoted, but I love the chairman, manager and team, which is all I ever really want. There you go, some positivity there from Matthew. Early prediction, Pearson to be sacked first. Surely he'd walk before he got sacked, wouldn't he? Isaiah Jones filling in well for Tavernier as a muscle injury. 2 assists in 2 games. The youngster, nobody expected anything from him. Looks good. Looks really, really good as well. Yeah, nobody knew in who Isaiah Jones was a week ago. Me included. Hand up here. About to tear up the Championship. Borough, amazing team with the manager they have. Played a team which were out of sorts. Easy win in the end would appear to be the narrative here. Apart from during the matches, Warnock seems more relaxed and happy. Yeah, he does. Do you see him at the end doing his Luke Chambers stirring the pot thing in front of the crowd? Brilliant stuff. Annie, good in possession, didn't create much at all. Needs some signings. Desperately right back as well. Pearson doesn't seem to be getting best out of the squad. Certainly agree with that last bit. It's his job to now get a tune out of these players. They don't look terrible, do they? And some players I like in that 11 as well. Any more down here? Oh, I'm not talking about Mark Ashton. I've given up on talking to Bristol City fans about Mark Ashton. Yeah, that seems to be a very embittered position they're in there, and the conversation doesn't particularly go too far. Right, let's move on should we do this one quickly? A predictable one. I think you guys got this right in the chat, didn't you, in the preview? Birmingham 0, Stoke City 0. Lee Bowyer v Michael O'Neill. It ends 0-0. 4 shots on target. There you go. We'll see how many passes were created or chances were created. There are your teams in this one. Birmingham, Sukic in goal. Colin, Roberts, Dean, Pedersen. Bella, Sunic starts this time, and Woods. Gardner in there as well. Hogan and Jutkiewicz up top together. For Stoke, Bursic in goal. I like this back three. Ostigard, Suter and Wilmot. That's tasty. I like that. Timon and Smith, wing-backs. Powell, Allen, Klukas, Surridge and Fletcher. I do like the lineup for Stoke, but yes, quite pragmatic Michael O'Neill can be, can't he? I've got you one still from this one. Scott Hogan, difficult angle. Could he do better with it? Well, of course he could do better with it. He didn't score. Go figure. But there you go. 0-0. Get your comments in on this one. We may not be stretching too much. 2-7-1 passes to 3-4-2. One big chance apiece, 2 shots on target. It's a game that could have been nicked 1-0 by either team, but I'm sure they'll both be happy with the clean sheet. They'll certainly both be happy to be sat there on 4 points as well. Stoke and Birmingham City both winning the opener and then obviously both drawing this one because they're playing each other. Go figure. Come on, we've got to get some comments on this one. What are we saying? There we go. Sean, 4 points against Blades and Stoke is impressive. If Hogan could finish, we'd be on 6. Got a bad feeling against Bournemouth, however. Bad moment. Of course, they stuck 8 in at one point, didn't they? Nice one. What a game. There you go. Drab Affair says, Matt, a point was fair for 2 very well defensive teams. Hogan missed a decent chance again. Happy that we're yet to concede. And of course, I made Tahith Chong my player to watch, and he didn't play, did he? For goodness sake. Chris, both Birmingham and Stoke gave each other too much respect. Neither wanted to lose, hence the 0-0. Jack, game was shocking. Everyone kept slipping over the ball and going out of play. It was one of those by a striker. Definitely need a striker, says Tom. Move on, Ben. I think that's a good idea. Let's indeed move on. And where are we going next, ladies and gentlemen? Well, we're going Barnsley 1, Coventry 0. Get your thoughts on this one. Barnsley 1, Coventry 0. Can I just quickly answer that one? We were due last Tuesday morning to do another show, Championship 365 show with Ben HD and one of the guys from the Second Tier podcast. But my missus went into labour. So there'll be another one tomorrow morning, Blazing Aqua. So, yeah, some bad timing. Selfish of me, I know. But, yeah, life got in the way. We'll very quickly go to Anthony's comment there because he's super chatted. Thank you very, very much. Went to the Barnsley Cov game. Cov didn't deserve to lose. However, I'm sure it'll happen to us this season. Here's your Barnsley win bonus. Thank you very, very much, Anthony. Right, let's go into the game. Get your comments, Jed. I've seen that. We'll get into those in just a second. Barnsley 1, Coventry 0. Lots and lots of yellow cards in this one. I'm not sitting on the fence. I wasn't at the game. I didn't see all 90 minutes, so I can't comment on the refereeing, but I know where the comments have been and where they're going to go in this one. Who was it? Anyway, let's have a look. They do tell us, don't they? Referee Busby. Wasn't so much a Busby babe, but a Busby nuisance here, I think. There we go. There's your Barnsley team. Collins in goal. It's Kitchen, Hellick and Sibic, who was having a lovely old time when Coventry missed the pen. Spoiler alert. The back for Barnsley, Britton and Williams, Palmer and Styles, Morris, Freeser, Woodrow. For Cov, Moore, Hyam, McFadzean, Rose as the keeper and back three, Matson and Darbo, Harmer and Chief with O'Hare off, Gilcares and Tyler Walker. Here is the goal, if I can look up here, dearie me, there. Nice finish by Dom Frieser, actually. Nicely played through. And he takes that. Well, it's not the easiest one in the world. And he drills that into the far corner. The keeper and centre-half there look like they've done a fair amount to narrow the angle. So decent finish there by Frieser. Of course, fun and games, though. Penalty in stoppage time, I think, or certainly if the foul wasn't in stoppage time, the penalty was taken in stoppage time. But, oh dear, not a good one at all. We're always looking for, is it in the corner? Have they got a bit of hang time on it, a bit of air, a bit of height? Neither. Collins gets down and makes the save from Victor Gyökeres's penalty. Let's have a look at the numbers. I think the yellow card count wins. God, any on the bench? No. Let me just count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 yellow cards in that one. Again, I won't comment on the refereeing, but I think Barnsley will get fined for their 7. Let's quickly look at the numbers. Apologies, I was just about to do that, wasn't I? So only one shot on target for Barnsley, and they get the win in this one. 62% possession for Cov, 12 shots, only 2 on target, 2 big chances to 0, and a penalty in the last minute. So, as Anthony's already said, and I think a few comments are going to come in to echo, perhaps Coventry could have got something from this game, but they got nothing. And Barnsley have 4 points. They are in the hunt with the leaders. There are 9th of 10 teams on 4 points. Coventry did get a win on the first day. So, look, both sides scoring 3 and 4 points is decent given how tight it is. Maybe some mitigating factors and things will shake out as we go. Interested to see these comments here. Jed, Barnsley aggrieved early injury by Morris, seemingly fired up their tempers. Barnsley didn't look good, but Shop still working out the players. Interesting. Ultimate S-housing win. Love it. Nothing more to be said. Well done, Eli. Peter, great win for the Reds. Still confident as long as Big Val stays away from Hellick. There we go. Plenty of time in the window. Yeah. Momentum with us and the 3 points, but feels like someone missing. Well, Kenny, is that Big Val, Alex Mowat, Daryl DK, or a combination? Heard ref lost control of the game. Well, look, I wasn't there. I'm not pointing any accusing fingers. Either the ref did, or the players did, or one team or others players did. People at the game can tell me that. Sounds like a bit of a tasty one, doesn't it? Hellick has been immense. Kitching looks very good. Palmer, good as well. I do love, Eli, the Palmer and Styles, these young players, just trusted central midfielders there. Tremendous stuff. Russell, good win for the Reds. If Coventry had taken their chance, it would have been a different story. Referee was atrocious. Again, I wasn't there, so I can't comment on the second bit. Referee Busby, new on the championship list. Yes, he's in there with referee Stroud, who I was going to say likes to kiss balls, footballs, of course, and referee Langford, who are our 2 favourites, really, aren't they? Daniel, as a Barnsley fan, thought we were lucky to win. Cov had the better chance to play well. I was impressed with Hellick and Kitching. The ref had a shocker. Look, let's just praise these Barnsley fans' honesty here to say they might have gotten away with one there. David, comment of the day. Love your content. Thank you very, very much. Good win, not deserved. Hellick, head and shoulders above everybody. Not a flash in the pan for Hellick after an excellent season last time out. Where are we going next? We've done Birmingham, Luton, Hull. We are going to Reading. Reading 2, Preston 1. Only a few to go now. Sorry, I've gone long, but hey, loads of goals, loads to talk about. Let's enjoy it. Why not? And let's enjoy it if you're a Reading fan, because we had this pegged already as a bit of a must-win for both sides. If you can do that one game into the season, Reading get the win. Get your comments in, please, guys. Reading 2, Preston 1. Raphael in goal for Reading. Yiden, Morrison, Moore, McIntyre, Laurent Rinomota, Aziz, Swift, Bristow, Lucas Zhao up top for Preston. Iverson, Story, Lindsay, Hughes, Cunningham, Vandenberg, Johnson, Brown, Ledson, Reese, and Sinclair. And here are the goals in this one. How far do I need to click down? Please don't tell me I haven't got them. That's Peterborough. Oh, damn. I might have to owe you all a very, very big apology. It looks like I don't have the Reading and Preston goals. My sincerest apology. So let's just put you the screen up there. Femi Aziz. I'm sure I downloaded these. Femi Aziz. It was a kind of bounce across the box and tap in for Aziz for his first goal. Apologies, I don't have these. Dan Johnson sticks home a penalty on 61. And John Swift, we mentioned Zinkernagel is a numbers guy. John Swift is a numbers guy. Goal and assist last week. Lovely goal as well, this one. That's disappointing. I wanted to show the still of that one. Sweeps it home. I think puts it in off the post as well. Apologies for not having the stills for that. You can paint a 1,000 words in the comments there. Well, maybe you can't 1,000 words. I'm not going to read that out. But there you go. Apologies again for not having them. There are your numbers. 57-43 to Preston on the possession. 13 shots to 12. 5 shots to 2. 12 corners to 2. All of those numbers go in Preston's favour. But then look at the big chance count and your XG number. 3 big chances to 1 for Reading. Interesting one. I'd be interested to get your feedback on that one. Reading halfway up the table. And this is why we were saying, look, it's a kind of a bit of a must win. Reading are halfway up and over the point per game, whereas Preston are 2 straight defeats and, assistant or coach promoted to manager. And it starts to look worrying, doesn't it, if you can't get your head above water. So let me know what you think, especially if we've got Preston fans in the chat here. Jason, great to see Aziz playing so well. Looks like he has a big future, just what we need with our transfer embargo. Yeah, 100%, especially with Maite injured and Elise sold. Connor worried for both these teams, especially for Preston. Bad start indeed. Ridley, why on earth did Ben Davies make the switch to Liverpool? Never played for them, never will. I suppose you have to back yourself when Liverpool come along with champions at the time, but he never looked like he was going to play. I think I remember saying that at the time. I remember some Liverpool fan arguing with me saying, oh, no, we've identified him using our wonderful data. And I'm like, okay, see him back on loan in the Championship in a few months. But there we go. Reading could surprise a few and make it into the playoffs. A lot against them, though, with these embargoes and financial stuff. Worrying times for Frankie. Need Bauer back in that defence. Didn't he play in the League Cup, Chris? I think he's been out there. Aziz, rising star. I feel sorry for Reading and their rising stars. They have to fast track them straight in like with Elise and then, great news if they do well, but they're in and out very quickly. Omar Richards as well. Important win for Reading. Waiting the result of scans on Zhao and Ijari. Can't afford to lose. No. Unlucky with injuries as well. Reading last season. Preston really going to struggle. Going to be a long old season for poor old Ben HD. And he's so upbeat as well, bless him. But yeah, there you go. What are you going to do? What else are we saying? Hope you're well, Daddy. Who's your daddy? Yeah, congratulations on your baby. Thank you, everybody. Lovely baby Enid, you can call her, is downstairs with Shaylee at the moment. Maybe they're kipping at the same time. For sure. Actually, I could probably click a button on there and show you a picture of them. We've got the camera set up. Right, how many more to go? Let's go to Peterborough. A nice, quiet, early kickoff down at the Posh here. You'll see why in just a second. But well done, Peterborough. A first championship win back for the Posh, but in very fun championship level circumstances here. You'll see why when you see the timing of their 2 goals. Real Fergie time there. Pierman goal for Peterborough. Kent, Thompson, Beavers across the back. Get your comments in on Peterborough 2, Derby County 1. Butler and Ward are the wing-backs, although the excellent Harrison Burrows, who I'm still regretting not putting in my 10 youngsters to watch, is going to come on and make a difference. Grant and Norburn. Randall playing off Marriott in the Jack Marriott derby, and Johnson Clark Harris, who hasn't scored yet. Still, we're expecting big things from 31 goal Johnson Clark Harris from last season. For Derby, Roos, Byrne, Stearman, Davies, Forsyth, Bird, Shinnie, Ebasale. Good luck to him, actually. Another youngster coming through at Derby there. Lawrence, Morrison, Colin Kazim Richards. I think that's a bad injury as well. You can see the red cross next to him. So, yeah, I hope Lucas Shaw, Colin Kazim Richards, Tai Trong, all of these guys out injured, hopefully, and especially Jordan Clark as well, can all get back to fitness. Right, we do have the pictures for this one. Apologies, Reading fans and Preston fans. My mistake. And Jack Stretton comes off the bench. He was in my 10 young players to watch. And yeah, he's a proper penalty box striker, isn't he? And really lands on that one quick, finishing with the right foot on the half volley. Slams it in and looked like a penalty box sort of predator finisher there. Very, very good. 77 minutes, that goal goes in. And we go into 11 minutes of stoppage time. And in minute 91, here comes, off the bench, Harrison Burrows, who we have mentioned, and I've pressed the wrong button again. Now, Ward puts the crossover, and Burrows sticks it in on the far post. But I don't know why this got to me so much. Kamil Jozwiak, who I like, if you ever want to see an example of a player, just go to sleep at a really important time and let someone run straight past them. He was so asleep. I know he's not a defensive player, but that goal does not need to happen from a Derby perspective. Well done, Burrows, who had a good cameo, but it sends a shudder down your spine. I'm sure if we got Derby fans watching, it did for them as well. Not as big a shudder as a 100th minute winner, which was put home by Sakiri Dembele. And it's another horrible one, isn't it? Look, Posher putting pressure on. It's a good finish by Dembele. You can see, I can't quite make out who that is on the goal line. Is it Stearman? Trying to have a look, and Dembele slides it into everybody's left, into that far corner with his right foot. But Nathan Byrne, the cross comes in, and I really like Nathan Byrne. He's really good for Wigan, wasn't he? Gets his feet all mixed up, and of course, falls over, and where does the ball land? Straight to Dembele, who just sticks it home with the right foot. Great if you're a Posh fan, the comeback victory. Horrible if you're a Derby fan, especially when you can put your finger on mistakes for either goal. And for those people who have Wayne Rooney delusion syndrome, or whatever it is, Trump derangement, or Rooney derangement syndrome, it's not Wayne Rooney's fault that Kamil Jozwiak didn't track, that the club's in complete chaos, and that Nathan Byrne got his feet all messed up for the goal. I know people like to pile in on Wayne in situations like this. There are other things that can be solved easier that, that he's not really got a handle on there. So Peterborough get the win. Congratulations to them. There are your numbers, 57% possession to Derby. Not much in it in terms of the big chances. 1-0. 4 shots on target to 2 in Peterborough's favour. Get your comments in on this one. Posh on 3 points. Derby on 1. Not the worst start it could have been. They could have had all 3 points in this one. Derby took the lead on 77. So they're on 1. Peterborough on 3. And again, not wishing to patronise anybody or any team, but if you're coming up from League One and it's about survival, get above the point per game and keep pushing and stay there. You will stay in the division. History tells us 45 to survive. So just get that win on the board. Hull have done it. Blackpool haven't yet, have they? And Peterborough have done it now. Let's have a look at your comments in on this one. Scrolling to find the first one. There we go. Derby's first 11 is quite decent. Just got nobody else. Yeah, agree with that. Hal, I made the mistake of texting my Derby supporting brother-in-law with the clock at 89 saying Derby might be sneaky good, galvanised by adversity. Yeah, not galvanised by stoppage time. Posh deserved it. Still a very poor defence. Derby's problems mount. Roos is appalling. There we go. Ridley, poor from Derby to lose this. Shocking defending for the 2 goals. And Ridley, you're a Derby fan, right, aren't you? So that I wasn't sticking the boot in. That's from a Derby fan agreeing with me. Darby looked good in midweek, so I had hopes for them against Posh, but Posh played well, deserved the points. Where am I looking? More Darby, 91st minute, the drama started. Could Rooney be first casualty of the championship? I don't think so, Anthony. My theory says that he's on such a nice 32 red contract that he won't resign. They also won't sack him because it'll cost them too much money. So, no, I think Rooney hangs in there for sure. And again, what can he... Look, maybe I'm being a bit bolshy saying it's Rooney derangement syndrome. Of course, he's not exempt to criticism. I'm obviously a big fan from his days as a player. What can he do about the carnage with the takeover? And what can he do about Josviak's tracking and Nathan Byrne falling over? Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I take your point, Anthony, and it's going to be tough. But who else could do better at the moment? Ridley, no fit senior strikers. This situation just shows how thin the squad is. Something has to change. The accounts are due. Oh, God, yeah, that next deadline as well. Yeah, not good. This is the Derby of last year, conceding late goals and losing points from winning positions. Unfortunately, Derby look they'll be rock bottom if this carries on. S&C games, I think he's a Posh fan. We're staying up. Let's go. Great stuff. Stay above a point per game. Peterborough will stay up. Up the Posh, we beat Preston. Paul says 54 points sent us down last time. Yes, they did, Paul. That season is an absolute outlier in the stats, though. By far and away, the highest total anybody has been relegated. Yeah, 12-13. Peterborough relegated with 54. Let me just say, the year before, you'd have stayed up with 41. The year after, 45. The year after, 42. The year after, 41. The year after, there's another big season. You would have needed 52 in 16-17. The year after, 42. The year after, 41. The year after, 49. The year after, 44. So the 10-year average to stay up is sitting currently at 44.3. So yes, that 54, very unlucky to go. That was a strange season, 12-13, because that season up the top, Hull finished second with 79 points. It was squidged up to high heaven. There we go. Keep calm and pray for Bielik. When's he back? What a player he is. Yeah, someone will be in for him in January if they do that. Right, one more game. Although I don't think we have too much to say on this one as well. But I want your comments on Swansea 0, Sheffield United 0. And I wrote in my preview on Football 365, will this game be two teams passing the ball in front of each other and keeping their shape? And not a lot happens. Was I right? Let me know in the chat. I didn't watch on Saturday night. I have to say we did the super stream, but I was with Mrs. and child. For Swansea 0, Sheffield United. I did DVR it, so I could watch it back. Shall I watch it back? Let me know what you think. There are your teams there in the second game for Russ Martin and Slaviša Jokanovic. In goal for Swansea, Bender, Cabango, Cooper and Manning in a interesting looking back three with Joel Latibodiere, who was my one to watch at left centre-back. He plays right wing-back. I didn't have a very good one with my ones to watch between Taif Shong and Joel Latibodiere. Anyway, Bidwell, left winger. Apparently, Middlesbrough are going to be making a bid for him. Is that true? Let me know. Grimes and Flynn Downs. Good luck to good old Flynn. Just joined from Ipswich. Starts in there. Patterson, Cullen and Jamal Lowe complete the Swansea 11. And look at that. In goal for Sheffield United, Aaron Ramsdale. I did not expect to see Sam Johnston start for West Brom. I did not expect to see Aaron Ramsdale starting for Sheffield United. Again, just keep your eyes on those two and keep your eyes on Freddie Woodman as well. I think Bournemouth are interested, and I think Sheffield United and West Brom might well be interested as well if they have to sell on a nice loan there. Baldock, Basham, Egan, Robinson, Berger. Ramsdale and Berger. How many more games do they start together for Blades? Berger and Ollie Norwood in central midfield. Burke, McGoldrick, Brewster, and Billy Sharp. So Jokanovic needs goals. Haven't scored yet, Blades, have they? Not a bad guy to turn to in Billy Sharp. I don't have much in the way of clips and whatnot. We can look at the numbers. I have Dave McGoldrick there arriving. Cross is probably 2 inches too high, or his jump's 2 inches too low, or whatever. Thought he might have just glanced that into the corner. From the highlights package I saw, that looked like the best opener. I know McGoldrick was played in, but was offside and didn't stick the ball in the net. Let's have a look at the numbers and just keep your eye on this for Swansea all season. 588 on the passes. I think we might see an 800 or a 900 from Swansea at some point this season. Look, Sheffield United got a lot of quality. Wasn't going to be against them. We wondered who would be more, stubborn in the battle to keep the ball. It was Russ Martin and it was Swansea. 63-37 on the possession. 8 shots apiece. 6 corners to 1 in Blade's favour. No big chances. We expected it to go like this, didn't we? And the evidence, you can read back my preview on Football 365. I was hoping we could get a flowing game. This is what we got. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. We'll go to them right now. And Swans and Blades, both with a defeat and a draw. Blades with 0 goals as well. And got an email from a friend of mine who's a season ticket holder. I know we'll have Lee in the chat as well. Native's a little bit restless. They want to see a good performance under Jukanovic, and that may or may not calm them down. I'll relax when we get 50 points. There we go. Swans away days. Nearly fell asleep in this game. What a boring game of football. Nah, leave it, mate. There we go. Lee said about it. Was it that bad? Oh, dear. 2 managers struggling to implement their style. You see, I thought this would be a good game for 2 managers struggling to implement a passing style. Evidently, it wasn't, because they both doubled down. And instead of the good things coming out, the bad things came out again. And we had heavy possession and team shape and just no chances created. Not good. Happy with a point as our squad is weaker than last season. Blade squad is ridiculous. We had Bennett and Norton out for Saturday as well. Good point. I don't think Swansea will make the top 6 this season. Going to be tricky to replicate what Steve Cooper's done. Rumours are if Bidwell goes, we'll get Max Lowe from Blades on loan. Okay, interesting. Kind of think we were improving. I thought we were decent. Need a creative spark in midfield and a goal scorer. There we go. I think most teams do, don't they? Laird has been confirmed today. We will take a look at that. Most boring match to watch. Wanted to see goals. Got 0, says Luke. Blades might do a reverse Brentford. Have a feeling Sheffield United might struggle this season outside the top 6. Don't possess an exciting player with some flair. Luke Freeman? Sander Berger, but yeah, he might not stay. Mightn't he? Jukanovic needs a bit of time. Whether he'll get it is another matter. There you go. Bit of reality check for Swansea. Take time for both managers. Don't underestimate the job Chris Wilder did. Oh, God, I don't think anybody does. No, that was sensational. Something in the air. It was far from a classic. You didn't watch along, did you, Hal? You poor thing. You need to watch the replay of this match like you need a hole in the head. So I should just delete it off my DVR there for sure. There you go. Right. Thank you, everybody. That is our 12 games. We are going to team of the round next. Don't answer just yet. We'll just have a quick look in the table. Don't answer about team of the round yet, because then they'll get lost and I won't read them out. So I'm not going to recap it. 10 teams on 4 points. Throw a blanket over them and talk to me in about a week. Okay, we won't comment on any of that. You've then got Luton, Hull, Reading, Coventry, Posh on 3. Millwall with 2 draws. You got a further 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams there. Bristol City, Derby, Swansea, Blades, Blackpool, Huddersfield on 1, and only Forest and Preston down there on 0. Right. Hold fire, and we will be back for our... Okay, it's team of the round. And remember, new rule this season, as Bill Maher would say on his programme. Please don't vote for your own team. unless you really, really believe that they are the team of the round. Leave your bias at the door. Sometimes it can be a bit transparent and we don't get a very good view if everybody goes for their own team. So, team of the round, are you going for Peterborough, perhaps, with their late win? Barnsley, first win there. Cardiff, a good away win at Blackpool. Are you going for Fulham, who smashed 5 in past Huddersfield? Are you going for QPR, who looked good winning away at Hull? Are you going for Borough, who beat Bristol City? Are you going for Bournemouth? Good away win there with the 10. Could have said the same about Fulham, couldn't I? Are you going for Reading? Looked like a good win for them. Or are you going for West Brom? They are our winners. Who is your team of the round? Get them down in the comments. We'll get a straw poll. Your winners this week are Peterborough, Barnsley, Cardiff, Fulham, QPR, Borough, Bournemouth, Reading, and West Brom. Who is your team of the round? Let's have a look and see what you guys are saying. Posh, no danger of me voting for my own team this week. Another one for Peterborough. Peterborough. Okay. Love Bill Maher. Yeah, he tells it how it is, doesn't he? Peterborough get team of the round. Quite heavy on Peterborough. But then look, QPR. Peterborough, QPR, Peterborough, Cardiff, QPR, Bournemouth, QPR, Peterborough. I think it's Peterborough just over QPR. I think they are a close second place there for me. Right, let's move on to goal of the round. And once again, please leave your bias at the door. Only vote for a player that plays for your team if you really believe it is the goal of the round. So you could go for, if we're looking for aesthetically pleasing goals, maybe Giles Cross for Kiefer Moore to head in for Cardiff. Nice goal by Ivan Cavaliero to clip it over the keeper. Really good set play for QPR for Lyndon Dykes. You could go for David Brooks, give and go goal for Bournemouth. Nice one by John Swift as well for Reading. I think those would be my shortlist. Feel free to put your own suggestions in. Again, please only go for your own team if you really believe that that is the best goal. You are allowed to compliment other teams' goals. One final call. Kiefer Moore, Ivan Cavaliero, Lyndon Dykes, David Brooks, John Swift, Joe Willock. Let's have a look at your comments for goal of the round. Of course, we're going to get votes from Mitrovic. Oh, Jed Wallace for Millwall as well. Yeah, that was a decent goal, wasn't it? Nicely worked between Ballard, who crossed that? Scott Malone and Jed Wallace. Right, let's see what you guys are saying. Moore, Wallace, Mitrovic. Mitrovic is going to win here. Ridiculous goal. Mitrovic. He's winning at the moment. Moore, Mitrovic, Wallace, Mitro, Freeser, Moore, Mitro, Brooks. Oh, Mitro is going to be Mitro, isn't it? Freeser, Barnsley. Okay, you did it. This is your fault. This is not my fault. Alexandra Mitrovic gets goal of the week for Ryan Schofield being ridiculous. Mitro falling over and the ball bounced into there. That's your choice. That's your fault, all right? It's not my fault. Mitrovic is your goal of the round. There we go. Right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We won't do any Q&A, being I've already done an hour and 20 minutes on this stream. Keep your eye on streams this week. We will try and keep up, but it's hard for me to be away from Shaylee and Enid for more than a video a day. So we'll try and get the preview stream in tomorrow at 1, although we may not be around in the evening. So just keep an eye on things and we will see how things pan out. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for all the comments. Brilliant stuff. I have thoroughly enjoyed it, and I will see you very soon, as and when it's convenient. Keep your eye on Twitter for that. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Over and out. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel, hit the subscribe button, and to be notified every time we upload, ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.